What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Thursday, July 18th, 2024. And yes, you are actually watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I'm your boy, Sammer, hanging out with my beloved brown brother, Poppy Latte, and our redheaded stepbrother, the Barefoot Wonder. The man who I once watched walk through urine and poop in the middle of downtown LA next to homeless people and almost kicked down a box house on accident, then apologized and shook hands of said old homeless man. Bastard.
He licked snow on the side of the road in Green Bay.
I'm the man of the people,
bro. Yellow.
That's right. He licked the piss snow. I completely forgot about that, dude.
Crazy.
Holy shit. Listen, before I forget.
I did lick piss snow in Wisconsin. You're right.
Yeah. Before I forget, you guys may have seen me wearing these upside down Tampa hats on a few shows so far. And I would love to announce to you guys out there that we are now partners with Reversed Brand. It's a brand that makes these upside down hats for any city you could imagine in different colors based on the teams within that city. So even if you're not a Tampa guy or you're a Miami guy, Jacksonville guy, I hate to say it, Boston, whatever. They have every color way that you could possibly imagine. And now that we're partners with them, if you use the discount code Loose Cannons on their site, your entire purchase is 10% off. Plus, the profits from that purchase will go towards John Spytek's foundation completely, which is the National CMV Foundation that helps children, similar to what happened to his child who passed away sadly, but him and his wife put together this foundation to bring attention and information to other parents so that they can prevent that from happening. And so the profits from these purchases, when you guys use that discount code, goes directly to that foundation, which is awesome. So we're super proud of that, super stoked. So after the show, go to reversebrand.com, drop that discount code Loose Cannons in, grab as many of these hats as you possibly can, knowing that they're going to all go towards a good cause. And of course, they look phenomenal. The all white on white is probably my favorite, considering I wear black everywhere, Stank, correct? It is kind of surprising, but it is my favorite hat, and everyone compliments me on these. You guys have all left comments so many times about it, so it's only fitting that we decided to partner up with them and bring them to you while also helping a great cause. So don't forget that after the show.
Yeah, where's my hat, Sammer?
It's
where's
coming, man. Latte's got his care package already. Yeah.
Oh, he got. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I haven't been in this room in 6 weeks. I don't even know how long has it been since we recorded episodes.
I don't know. We did the Rashad Wings episode, but that was
at your fucking cast.
At my house. That was different. Yeah. Fed you meats and steak and wings and that's the last time we got together to talk Bucs and break bread.
We needed a refresh. All right, we needed our vacation. We needed our off season, and now the off season is starting to wind down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next week, or I believe after next week, camp begins. And so we got to talk about some of these things that we missed out on over the last couple weeks, right?
It's next week.
It's next week. Okay, there you go. Next week, camp begins. Yeah. So let's talk about some of these storylines. I'm going to start with Liam Cohen, okay? New offensive coordinator, a big, I think too much of a deal has been made about this, Dave Canales no longer being here, or the Bucs going to take a step back. Is Baker Mayfield going to struggle? Blah, 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 blah. But I want to talk with you guys about what Liam Cohen is going to bring that's going to be completely different, but yet better and still the same as what we were doing. My number one thing is that he's going to allow these guys to have play options out of the huddle and also options out of these, their sets in terms of, 3-1, whatever, 11 personnel. Their personnel groupings are going to have multiples, which is completely different and makes them way less predictable than they've been with Dave Canales, where if you saw this, the defense was like, they're probably going to run this. And I think that's the biggest change that I'm most looking forward to.
It starts with giving your quarterback that.
Hold on. Latte was about to speak. You shut the fuck up. You don't just cut people off, dude. This is a professional program. You know that. Latte, go ahead. Latte, go ahead. Latte, go ahead.
I will allow him because he was going off of your point. Go ahead, Stank.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to have the mic. I do appreciate it. You're a gentleman and scholar. No matter what anybody says about you.
Oh wow.
But I digress. It's funny you start the show with this. I thought it was going to be the Baker Trask camp battle, but we can go with the Liam Cohen underlying story here.
You slept that long during our little sabbatical that you think we're back a year?
And wait a second. You were playing off of Sammer's point. Don't go make your own point now and then steal mine, probably. Go ahead with giving. It was nice to
he
give.
doesn't
Your
even
point
know.
that-
Latte,
your point that the quarterback battle is going to be the top of the camp?
Latte. How much you want to bet he has no idea what the topic is? He forgot already. How much you want to bet?
He forgot.
If Stank doesn't know, if Stank doesn't know what this topic is, I'm gonna randomly choose somebody in the chat and I will buy you a reverse brain hat.
There are topics on this show?
Somebody random's getting a hat. All right, listen.
Give me your thought.
Here's my thought. Here's what I'm most excited about. And this is kind of like a Stank point, so I'm glad I'm going ahead of him because he might have taken
on Liam Cohen. Remember, on Liam.
On Liam Cohen. It's on. Come on, man. I'm not fucking Stank, dude. I know what the topic.
Listen, I know what he likes to do. He likes to be the devil. All right, he likes to stir the pot and then deviate and kind of pull you away. But we're in church here. You got to focus.
I'm locked in, bro. Listen.
All right.
I think there was just a little too many flowers, a little too many teddy bears, a little too much nice shit going around on $1 last year. Mm-hmm. We need a little piss and vinegar. You know what I mean? Last time we won a Super Bowl, we had a guy like, hey, we're just 53 motherfuckers trying to get a job. Motherfucking BA shout out. We need a little anger on the sideline. Too much fucking positivity. 3rd and 19, run the ball. It's positive. Let's go. He goes over to Carolina. He's talking about we're going to run the ball until we're tired of running the ball. What the fuck? I'm glad Liam's here. I can't wait. Little attitude. What the fuck was that, Baker? Huh? What the fuck was that? Wake up. We need a little fucking piss of vinegar on the sideline. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Does Latte not know? Does Latte not know?
That we've broken the code?
No. Does Latte not know that Baker called Dave Canales a positivity bully?
Call him a positivity bully on Barstool.
Positivity bully.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
That's amazing.
I think that's worse. That's probably worse than actually being bullied, like in a negative tone. That positive bullying, I like that makes you more uncomfortable, in my opinion.
I agree because it doesn't come from a place of truth. It's like, okay, man, let's just be honest here. You don't have to always stroke me. Let me know what I'm doing wrong so I can get better.
It's Sammer. You fucking suck, Stank.
Yeah, he's just a bully.
Yeah,
he's just a bully.
Are you
bully?
Are you going to get better if I'm nice to you and tell you, yeah, Stank, your camera always looks great. Stank, you're always centered. Yeah, you always sound wonderful. Well, are you ever going to get better? No. I got to make sure you know.
That sounds so foreign coming out of your mouth.
This fell off my wall. Shout out to Mark Cook.
Shout out to Mark Cook. Every episode.
Always on our hearts.
Mark Cook.
But here's the thing, though. Like, when you constantly tell people positive shit, you're lying. But when you say negative shit, remember people always say when people are joking, it comes from a place of truth. If I'm negative to you, I'm telling you the truth.
Not negative shit. It's negative truth. It's honesty.
It's real,
and it's what I would appreciate, right? It's part of the reason people love guys love like Jason Light. Like he admits a mistake, moves on. Let's fucking rip the Band-Aid off. It's what people liked about BA, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And players appreciate that because they know where they stand.
Coach him hard. Hug him later.
Hug him later, man. No. Oh, you threw a pick? It's okay. Let's hold hands and read the Bible for a little bit.
Cohen's not going to hug anybody. And if he even goes in for a hug, they're going to be like, oh, what the fuck, dude? No, we're good. Like, I want that. I want my players to hate the coach. Like, be disgusted by him. Like when Dave Canales came in to hug you, you wanted that hug. Because you fell in, you fell into those eyes. You were like, seals playing in the background. Yeah, it's just everything's soft. It's smooth. You're like, God, this, like, I feel it. Like, it makes you question things, right?
You felt something, right? A little tingle?
Exactly.
The Seal song? Like the song?
It just out of nowhere. You know how in like cartoons, when the character comes on screen, he's got like a background song and you just know that that's his song. He's got a theme song. Or when you come down, the steps or whatever in a wrestling thing and they got their theme song. Dave Canales is constantly playing somewhere in the background of anything he's ever around.
Amber, just the chorus. Come on, just
No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
Amber.
No, we're in the offseason, all right? Listen, another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Listen, because we're friends with Rashad. We talked to Rashad on and off camera. And one thing I'm like ridiculously excited, which I didn't even know about this till I looked it up earlier today. We ran the ball 49% of the time out of shotgun last year. Guess how many times Sean McVay runs the ball out of shotgun, guys, last year? Take a guess.
20%.
2.2% of the time.
I was in the ballpark.
2.2%. Like, look at how drastically different that is. Now, think about this from a shotgun standpoint and also from a play action standpoint. play action at a shotgun, not nearly as effective as turning your back completely to the defense. Right, Latte? As we learned in Green Bay at a bar from a very old ball coach, right? Exactly. Who just kind of happened to tell us exactly how to fix the play action game, but whatever. But yeah, dude, that's another thing I'm super excited about is how he's going to fix this running game, because people kept blaming the offensive line, and they kept blaming Rashad White, and they kept blaming everyone but the actual scheme and the way they ran. He's not running out of 12 personnel anymore like Dave Canales insisted on. He's not running only 2 types of blocking schemes. He's running.
I mean, we're not bringing
7.
everyone to the box and just clogging it up and then running it up the middle. We're not doing that anymore.
Sean McVay loves to run out of 11 personnel. And Liam mirrored that a lot and said that multiple times in the offseason. They also don't understand why we only ran out of 2 different blocking schemes, because that makes it easier on the defenses. The Bucs are going to run out of 7. He named 7 just top of the dome, dude, during an interview. Like, that's going to be so much. We're going to be more multiple without being multiple based on the actual people on the field. We're going to be multiple just out of specific sets, and that's going to make it even harder to predict.
There's also
we were an inside zone running team the entire season last year.
Yeah,
basically a little bit of duo.
Interior of our offense line was the weakest part of the line, and obviously it takes strength in the middle to run outside zone as well, but. Yeah, it just didn't work.
And add a shotgun too, Stank, which makes 0 sense again.
Kept on doing it over and over and over and over again. It was beyond frustrating. I don't want to completely shit on Dave. I think he's a great teacher. I think the guys definitely learned this offense, but I think he is what he is, man. He's a good position coach. I think he'd probably end up being a better head coach, but I'm glad to have Liam here. And we've talked to some players. They're glad to have Liam here. Now, will it translate? Hopefully, right? We can talk all the shit we want. They gotta look better on the field. They gotta produce. It helps to have big ass Graham Barton in the middle of the offensive line now, which is a little bit of a cheat code. But they still got to get out there and actually do it.
Yeah, you're talking about the shotgun runs. Those shotgun runs. I hate those. I just don't like them, Sam. I just don't like them. Listen, this is a guy, and listen, I'm not saying he would have panned out, but one of my favorite prospects coming out, just because he was a freaking just yoked, was Anthony Richardson, right? Or was it Richardson, the Alabama running back, remember?
Yeah.
And they just insisted on running him out of shotgun. And I'm like,
Anthony Richardson's Florida Gator legend.
He doesn't, no, not the quarterback. You know what I'm talking about, right? He went to the Browns.
Yeah, Richardson. His last name was Richardson. That's all that matters.
Fucking back. And he just didn't have the acceleration. It's like you're handing the ball from a dead stop. So I'm not in any way, I'm making it very clear comparing Rashad to that. Rashad has way more juice than that and accelerating, but he's not exactly like Christian McCaffrey, right? Give him some time to get downhill instead of handing him the ball. And then you have the weak interior. Now he's having to make 2 people miss just to get 3 yards. And it's like, how about you give him a head of steam and then let him make people miss? I don't know.
That's the thing, Latte. So that shotgun run works with specific types of backs who, once the ball's in their hands, it's literally put your foot down, go, stop on a dime. That, Barry Sanders, Warwick Dunn type guys.
Maybe because Bucky Irving,
it fits him. Yeah, exactly. Those types of that build, right? And Rashad's not Eddie George, but he's built like Eddie George in that he's got to get going to really start going and moving, right? You don't see Eddie George coming out of the shotgun. You call it stretch plays. You let that blocking develop in front of him, and once it kind of formulates where he's going to go, foot down, go. That makes more sense. And then again, remember, just like you said, the interior offensive line is weak, and you're giving them literally 1 second to block, and he has to make a decision, and they're not going to make that block. And they weren't good enough. That's just what it came down to. And then scheme, like watch the 49ers. You can name one offensive lineman on that team. And those guys constantly have running lanes. It doesn't matter who's back there running the ball. It does not matter if it's CMC or not. Before CMC got there, they still ran the ball with every running back that now plays for the Miami Dolphins, by the way. So it's just about scheming those guys open and bringing less people to the Bucs, like you talked about, Latte. Like,
bro, the Shanahans have been doing it forever. The same thing.
McVay is the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yep.
So ever. I think a good comparison though, Sam, is Derrick Henry, right? Like you would never hand the ball to Derrick Henry out of shotgun. And funny enough, right? To make and I made this comparison because of this. I think the fastest clock running back last year was Derrick Henry in open field. He ran like 23 miles an hour, something like that. Derrick fucking Henry, not fucking Jahmyr Gibbs. None of these guys. Derrick Henry. But once he gets going, it's hard to stop him. Rashad.
But when he's
got speed, speed, but he needs to get going.
And he's
For
gonna
those of
he's
you
gonna
who
get the
watch
handoff a couple of times, yeah, because he's next to the quarterback, and if the read makes sense, yeah, I'm gonna put you in your gut, go, dude. They're not blocking up the middle. That makes sense. I get it. That's where that 2.2% comes in, I bet, for the Rams. But they're out of shotgun they're snapping under center, which Baker didn't do a lot on run plays last year. He didn't do a lot, honestly, on passing plays either, which I think again made us predictable. Everything Liam Cohen has said is making us less predictable. Instead of having 800 different formations and every one of those formations runs 1 or 2 plays, we're gonna have 20 formations, and every one of those formations is going to have 15 plays. Chris Godwin said, we're learning a lot of formations, or a lot of plays are coming out of very similar formations, so we have to really actually learn stuff because we're learning levels on this. That told me a lot of what it was going on behind the scenes last year. Go ahead, Sting.
No, I was going to, for some reason, I kind of went off a tangent in my head. People seem to think that Rashad isn't a big, powerful back. If you guys watched the Wings episode, if you haven't, you need to watch it. We dropped it last week. So much fun. We got to eat wings with Rashad.
Big human being.
We're all pretty big guys. Rashad is a big back. He looks bigger than all of us. He looks bigger than you, Latte.
He's bigger.
He's taller than us, but he's solid as fuck. He's a big back, and big backs like that, they need a little bit of space to work with. We already know that he's a phenomenal pass catching back. I think that it takes the coordinator to, build a system that works well for the pieces you have, not just run your fucking guy right in the wall because that's your system. That's always been the issue. Okay, that's your system. You're gonna run inside zone. It's not fucking working. You're not making any changes. So it's just frustrating. And so I don't know how we can get any worse. I don't. It's going to look better this year, isn't it? It has to.
2 years straight, 32nd ranked rush defense offense.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of that was, like I said earlier, I think it's schematic. It's not only on the players. You're not going to get 5 all-pro offensive linemen. It doesn't happen. And you're not going to always have the best blocking tight end in the NFL. But if you can position them pre-snap, again, that's another thing that I think is going to be a lot different. His approach is he wants a lot of pre-snap. He wants to give Baker and the offensive line and the wide receivers, everybody on that team, the cheat sheet, basically. As many keys as we could possibly get from the defense. Let's move guys around. Let's have formations that give us the answers, which I think that last year, again, not knock on Dave, but they didn't seem like they had answers. Even Dave sometimes after the games was like, well, we're going to try to get better. He didn't even know what the fuck was going on because he wasn't doing anything, devising a play or a scheme or a motion that would give him an answer, which that's, I think, another one of those things that is going to be different. Latte.
So King Cook says, and King, we'll get to this, okay? I'm acknowledging your statement, and we'll get to it. He says, all I know is we better not let Wirfs walk out the building. Come on.
It's at the bottom of this list because I know it's going to be a conversation.
Come on.
Yeah. All right. So
we'll hold them hostage before they let them out of this room. We can move on to the next subject, by the way, Sammer. Go ahead.
Yeah. Stank or Lot. One of you guys touched on Graham Barton. Okay. And so the next topic is camp battles we need to see, and people have kind of penciled him in already to be a starting center, but.
Oh, wait. What's going on here, Sammer? You're announcing the fucking the topic, and then you just get to go first? And just
No. I'm setting you up, bro.
I'm off the fucking table.
No, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
It's not me. It was Stank that said Barton, so he can take it.
Oh, no, I'm lobbing it to you. I don't care. I want to hear actual thoughts. Okay, not grunts and looking at me and start tangenting.
That's not the camp battle. That's not the camp battle I'm interested in. So
okay. All right, then hold on. Then forget that. You go ahead, Latte. What's the camp battle you need to see?
I want to see. I mean, there's competition at corner, obviously, and there's some thoughts there. There's competition at linebacker. There's competition. But the one I'm interested to see. He came on a little bit last year, right? But we gotta see more. I want to see McMillan and Trey Palmer go at it. Who's going to win that third receiver spot? Because we know that the first two are solidified. That's not even a question. Not even fuck around, right? But who's the third guy? Who's the guy that, besides Rashad, that they're going to go to? Is it McMillan? Trey Palmer? Oh, I'm excited to see that battle.
That's interesting because McMillan fits the slot, which is where Chris Godwin's going to spend a lot of time next year.
McMillan's actually outside, sir. He was an outside at Washington.
I know, but he fits what they like to do with him in the slot in terms of his abilities and his route running. So he feels like Godwin. Trey Palmer feels like more of an outside wide receiver. When they put him in the slot, he did he had a good season. Don't get me wrong, but it felt like he left a little bit more on the bone than people want to acknowledge or admit. So I don't know. It feels like I'm with you. I don't know how they're going to figure all that out, but I know they're all going to play a lot. But yeah, I didn't even think about that one, Lotte. That's actually a pretty good one. I was not thinking about. I know Stank's thinking about Graham Barton versus Hainsey. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, outside of Baker and Trask battle, Hainsey and Graham Barton, that's the one, right? And Graham better win the job. That's all I'm saying, because Hainsey's just a liability. He is. He's a liability at that position. Good thing he has some position flexibility. Who knows where if at all he ends up starting. Maybe he's a backup guy, but
they want him to be.
They said it. Jason said it. Jason said it numerous times. They drafted him to be a center. I expect he's going to win the job, and solidify the center of that line. Our tackles are awesome. Wirfs will be back. We can talk about it all you want, but there's no way he's not back. There's just no way.
So, Stank, in your scenario, okay, this is the thing that I've been thinking about when it comes to Graham. Let's say he wins or we give him that center spot, okay? He's got a left guard next to him who I think is still going to be the weakest part of this offensive line, right? That's the thing that I'm concerned about. You're going to put a rookie in there who's already going to be drinking out of a water hose, regardless of how great he is and how good he was. Even Tristan Wirfs said it was a lot. I just, he was a fucking freak of nature. Are we going to get 2 freaks of nature? Maybe 2 aliens? I don't know. So are you going to put him in there and hope that he doesn't have to deal with whatever's going on to his left, even though Tristan's on the other side of that? Is that a thought? Maybe put him in at left guard and keep Hainsey at center so that it's more of a best 5 guys type of scenario? Or is it put him in at center, take the growing pains, he's our best option at center, and left guard will just be better because these guys are better than Feeler and whoever the fuck it was that we played last year at left guard?
Yeah, you're going to have to let him take his lumps. It's just how it is, right? That's the position you want him to play. If he ends up playing guard, he's going to have to wait another season to learn that position. You do it now. That's why
I think he learns both at the same time. Again, I'm looking at it like if you can get our best 5 out there as opposed to the best 4 and maybe it makes sense. I don't know how he was going to react having to help the guy next to him. That's the other thing. Cody Mock should be better.
You're assuming that we're going to be as weak as we were last year at the guard position. And I think you can see Cody's beefed up, which he needed to. He was definitely had more of a tackle's body last year. He looks more like a guard now. And then we'll see what happens, at left guard. But guard should be the easiest position to find on the football team.
It'll be one that I think
it just should. So I don't know. I'm not as concerned about the guard position. I think it will that position battle will end up being not much of a battle at all. I think they're going to hand Graham the keys and allow him to shit on himself a little bit and feel his way through. But, we won a Super Bowl with a new center quarterback relationship. I get it was not new players, Jensen and Brady, but still, they got to get in there now and get the chemistry now. And I'm sure they already have been doing that. But yeah, I think that's why you pick that guy there. Graham is the answer. Graham's going to win outside of him really looking terrible. But you do have Hainsey in your pocket just in case.
It would have to be catastrophic in camp. They're starting Graham.
Latte, how many times did this motherfucker call us crying to us about another position on the defense that he was scared of because Carlton Davis is no longer here and it's Jamel Dean and Zion McCollum is assumed to be the other corner. And this motherfucker's picking Graham Barton as the camp battle that he wants to see. We got to talk about that.
No, you brought that up. You brought that up.
I felt like okay. So let's talk about this Zion McCollum thing. We got that kid Tyke Smith, who I don't think is going to compete for outside corner. We've got Izzian, who maybe might compete for outside corner, but we got these other 2 guys. There's free agents, and the one from the New York Jets, Hall, and then the kid out of the Houston Texans. Is Zion McCollum's job a lock, or because you don't like him, Stank?
He's gonna have the first.
I didn't say I don't like him. I just said he's unproven, and it scares me a little bit. And if it doesn't scare you, you should be scared. Losing Carlton Davis, whether you liked him or not, guy's a vet. He had some great games, couldn't stay healthy, couldn't stay on the field. That's why he's not here right now, and has a pretty expensive price tag. But you're asking, and I get it. Zion played half the season last year, but did he flash? Were you like, damn, Zion's killing it out there? He hit some good. He hit some.
Yes,
good,
he did. He did.
Some good film, but.
He flashed and he got better from year 1 to year 2.
I am worried about that position.
He reminds me of Carlton Davis, but with way more speed and athleticism. Right, Latte? Same story.
Pelagic says Tyke will be nickel 1 by the end of the season. Listen, man.
Maybe
People sleep on Izzy, and I thought Izzy played really, really well last year. Maybe he's that much better. I think they get both on the field.
Izzy and himself was laughing because somebody was like, "Oh, he's a lock to be the," and he quote tweeted. He was like, "Okay,
it's a good problem to have."
Yeah,
he was laughing at JC.
I don't think Izzy's not a chump.
They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to get him on the field.
So that's another camp battle, though. That third corner spot. If Zion seems to be the guy that elevates himself, cream rises to the top, whatever you want to call it, now it's Izzy, who that was his job. He was the unproven guy, came in out of nowhere, surprise, wins the job, right? Now there's this Tyke Smith guy who everyone fucking loves. And, of course, Todd Bowles knows him from Georgia connection. His son played with him at Georgia. So there's a little bit of a teacher's pet thing maybe there. So does he come in and battle and maybe win that job? Or is he going to be like, fuck no. I'm not going to just give you what the fuck I just earned hard, sweat, blood, tears, the whole deal. So that's going to be a battle that people aren't even thinking about. But I think that makes both of them better. But I agree with Latte. How are you going to keep Tyke off the field if he could just make plays on balls? He gets hands on balls.
Don't forget who our head
gotta
coach
be on
is.
the field.
Don't forget who our head coach is. He could and probably will have both of them on the field in
something
package.
up, right? Just cooking.
He puts on a safety one.
Right, exactly. So it could happen. He's a madman. I really don't question, Todd Bowles, especially when it comes to, secondary shit. He likes Zion too. We got very unproven guys there. I don't know a lot about the guys we brought in. People say Hall has, starting capability. We'll see. That is to me, the corner battles are the biggest question mark for me in camp.
So
how about that safety room?
Secondary. Yeah, safe.
That's not a battle. I'm just excited about that safety room.
Yeah, dude. So
Winfield and Whitehead, Jesus Christ.
The thing I like about those guys, Stank, that you mentioned, don't know too much about them. What's his name came on here, Pless, and talked a lot about him. So I feel I feel comfortable. But I think they addressed the fact that we constantly got injured in the secondary and we didn't have enough actual quality depth. So they bring these guys in, they're quality depth. The guys that they bring in for the offensive line, again, quality depth. Running back, adding Bucky Irving to Chase Edmonds and Rashad, I think that gives them more of a backup option because Chase was healthy and not healthy and healthy and not healthy. I don't know what happened to the other kid out of, I believe it was Syracuse or Illinois. So, they now have, I think, more of a three-headed. They're going to keep 4 running backs more than likely, but they got an actual depth piece there. So I think that's the biggest upgrade throughout the entire team is they've upgraded the places that they felt depth lacking last season, and corner was one of the ones that I think bothered me the most. It's like if one of these guys goes down and Zion goes down, we were completely fucked because Zion wasn't built for it. No offense to him.
Honorable mention, and then we can move on to the next subject. It's going to be interesting, a little battle there with JTS and Braswell. I know Yaya's got a spot. So that's gonna be a good battle. That's not a footnote. That shouldn't be a honorable mention. That's actually a good one, dude. I thought about it earlier. I totally forgot. Yeah, you got Watts too in the mix. It's gonna be. I mean, they might just fucking run a NASCAR pack. Use all of them.
They are.
Rotate them in.
It's a little bit less, unless Braswell is just that much better than everybody. He's gonna be. We rotate constantly. So he's going to get on the field for sure, whether he starts or backs up. They're all going to play.
But you're going to get a different Joe Tryon Shoyinka this camp than I think any camp ever because this is a prove it, make it, or even if you don't prove it to us, you got to prove it to the other 31 teams in the NFL. And so he's going to come out there. He's going to be more focused. He's probably going to have more of a dog in him. And is that going to be enough for him to keep the job? Or does Braswell even elevate beyond that, even as a rookie? And they're like, we can't keep this guy off the field. I don't give a fuck what Joe Tryon's got going on.
One thing Jason mentioned and Spytek mentioned when they came on the show was how stout Braswell is against the run. And we know that Todd, it starts and ends there as it relates to this. We know he's blitz happy and all that stuff, but his first thing, the number one thing his defense is responsible for is stopping the run. So that's going to be interesting too, because as much as people don't like JTS, he is stout against the run. He's really good against the run. He's really good in that. So, but Braswell is as well, according to Jason and team and everybody. So it's going to be interesting. Excited to see it.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Greg Spires and Yaya kind of put together into one unit, right? Where Greg Spires didn't, leave you out.
Except with freakish athleticism, and he just can't close the sack. Fuck.
Yeah, not Joe Tryon. I'm talking about Braswell.
Okay,
Braswell reminds me of Greg Spires in that he can be an anchor, and they called him the crane during the Super Bowl run there with the Bucs. They called Greg Spires a crank because he always did his job. He was always there. He held exactly what he was supposed to do to stop the run. And I think Braswell has that, but more athleticism because, he reminds me a little bit of Yaya at the same time. So it's going to be fun to see those kids play, man. Him and Tyke, easily the rookies I cannot wait to watch, even with Graham Barton.
We're gonna have a lot of young guys having to produce, and yeah, I don't know, man. I can't wait for the season to get here, dude. It feels like it's been the longest offseason ever. I can't fucking wait. We are here just about.
We're almost there. You can kind of smell it. You kind of taste that grass, that grass.
I can actually smell it from my house.
Can you smell can you taste the crab boil? Can you?
Yeah, that's ways away still. But the camp, I can smell camp. All right.
What I want to taste is some of that pizza, but when's the invite for that?
What'll happen? He's talking about the pizza oven wings. They're different, Sam. They're different. They're special.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? You gotta invite us. You can't just tease us. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we do the pizza wings. Maybe we do the pizza oven wings for, I don't know, Mike Evans or Jordan Whitehead. Have him come to your house. We do that. We do that for the next show, right?
I don't know.
So next topic, I see people talking about this. Again, it kind of goes back to the whole Dave Canales is gone, woe is me nonsense of will Baker regress or will Baker get better in year 2? Less of a make it, prove yourself type of scenario, more of a comfortable, I am here, this is my team, I am the leader, this is my offense, I trust Liam, Liam knows who I am, and that whole thing. Does he improve? And we'll start with Latte. Do you think Baker actually improves, or will he possibly regress, like some people think, with the leaving of the quarterback coach Dave Canales? I'll give him credit; he's a good quarterback coach. He's a very good QB coach. But him leaving, does that affect Baker enough to where you think he regresses?
I mean, I'm biased, right? I'm a fan, so I don't think he'll regress. And I just really like Liam, and I trust Liam. And he's experienced, he's seasoned, he's worked with Baker before, similar offenses, but with light years of experience, play calling and setting it up. And it's you're playing chess, right? So I think when you have a coordinator with more experience, as Liam does, and we can avoid some of the frustration where Canales at times will just read down a play sheet. And it's like, we're going to run it. And it doesn't matter what the fuck's going on here. This is what we're going to do.
We're gonna be
and then you have a guy like Liam come in and say, well, I'm not really about X's and O's. I'm about players. Like, if I haven't gotten Mike the ball in an entire first half, that's a crime. We need to get Mike the ball and Godwin the ball and our guys the ball. So I think just based off of that experience alone and just putting Baker in better positions, I don't believe he'll regress. But then again, Baker's career has been up, down, and then the injuries and the bouncing around, some of that stuff was out of his control, not his fault. Me and Sammer, talked about it very publicly and loudly in the camp battle last year, where he got kind of screwed over with that shoulder labrum tear and played through it, and then the Browns threw him out like the laundry, and it was just a bad situation in Carolina. So up, down a little bit, and then got the shaft. I don't think, biasly, that he's going to regress, though. I don't believe so.
Yeah, man, I think
based off of Liam.
Even though we saw a fiery and a confident Baker last year, although also more humbled, controlled, more mature version of Baker, I still think this year we're going to get an even more fiery and even more dog type of version of Baker, because I think he's comfortable now. And he's going into a scenario that he's never gone into, where he's in a comfortable situation where the coach trusts him. He knows the coach believes in him. He knows Liam believes in him. The pieces around him are stable. There's stability. He feels at home. He's comfortable to where now he can be himself and not worry, not look over his shoulder and not think, oh man, this is the end, like I'm going to screw up. It doesn't feel like all the weight's on Baker's shoulder, right? He goes to the Browns. He's the savior, first pick of the draft. You got to save this franchise. And he hits them to the playoffs for the first time in a million years, wins them a fucking playoff game, comes within a fumble out of the corner of the end zone, resulting in a touchback from beating the Kansas City Chiefs that year, right? We're wanting to fast forward to now. He's in a comfortable position where that stuff, I don't think it's going to be on him, and I think he's going to play loose. And I think he's going to have a fucking good year. I think he's going to build on what he did last year, regardless of Dave. Dave helped him, don't get me wrong. But I think Liam's going to help him even more, like you said, Latte, and he's going to put him in positions to change plays at the line of scrimmage, to come out of the huddle, and if something's not what we need it to be, I can change to something else. I can hand it off to Rashad, and I can get he's going to basically just play point guard from everything Liam said. Just get the ball to the playmakers and let them do their thing. You saw that from Baker last year. Unless he had to put the game on him, he didn't force anything to where he had to win it himself. If he needed to get a first down, he would do it. But I think him understanding when to do that is key. Go ahead, Lotte.
I think that's interesting that you mentioned that, and Plus mentioned it in the comment saying Baker will be fine. The improvement on the interior of the offensive line will be a big factor. I agree. I mentioned this on the show during the season, towards the end, right, when we were talking about draft stuff and needs and what we should be drafting. I think Baker has the ability to make special plays, and we saw that last year. Get your weight up, little boy. Some sidearm action. He's that type of gamer, right? I think we relied on that a little too much last year. Give Baker the ability to be special when he needs to be special. They put Baker in positions because that interior line sometimes where he had to roll out because he had to, and he had to be special. Take a little bit off the plate there, and we better running game, more protection up the middle, and then he can be sprinkle in special.
Yeah,
so, I have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, this is a great conversation you two are having. So I think I'm probably going to jump in and give my 2 cents as well.
I literally said stank.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
But before you do that, Stink.
Fuck you. All right, fuck you.
Everybody knows. I was gonna actually.
Everybody knows. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Everybody knows I wanted Baker to fail last year until he became our quarterback, and he won me over. Just listening to him, talk here in the offseason, one thing's back for sure, and it's confidence. He believes in himself. He even said he's selling his house in Texas and moving to Tampa full time.
He already sold it.
Yeah, sold it. Right. He got paid. This is his fucking team right here.
Yep.
Those are his boys in that locker room now. He is always going to be that guy that gives you that fight. They instantly were attracted to him, his personality. And I think he played his ass off last year. Was it perfect? No. The offense wasn't perfect. The blocking was terrible. The run game was non-existent. He had to put a lot on his shoulders, and he made a lot of fucking crazy plays. And we've got talent. It just, I feel like we've upgraded. I feel like we've upgraded our offensive line, like Ples said, like you the point you made, which it can only help, and in turn help the running game, which will only help. And hopefully, and this is all speculation, we should talk Dave Canales. It's all speculation, but I feel like we've upgraded our offensive coordinator too, which can only help Baker, because it'd be nice, right? It'd be nice to have what Brock Purdy has, be able to get behind the line and be put into a system that works for you, to make your life easier and all the guys' lives easier. So it's not always every play being contested. It's not always the running back has to break a block to get into the open field. It'd be nice if there was some rhythm, there was some flow. We were gaming the defense. They were on their heels a little bit. And so if there's some of that going on, Baker can only improve. Hopefully he protects himself, right? He was a little reckless last year with his body, and I don't want to see, him have some injury that hampers his gameplay. So that's a little bit of my concern with him, because he tends to be a dog out there.
That's from the offensive line. And then kind of what Lotte touched on, which is like, we leaned on him to be special all the time. And that happens to a lot of young quarterbacks when they come into a team that's really, really bad. And they're like, we're not going to win unless Lamar Jackson is special all the time. And that's terrible pressure to put on any human being on an NFL field. And Baker now is in a position, I think, where he doesn't have to be special. He just has to do his job. And when there are moments where, hey, I need to go get 9 yards on this third down, and he's going to go do that, he can pick, like Lotte said, moments to be special. But I think the offensive line and Liam Cohen are going to be able to put him in a position where he just has to do his job. There's not a lot of pressure. You don't have to go and win the game. Last year we saw Dave Canales' offense basically leave good defensive performances for 3.5 quarters out to dry. And when they finally decided to wake up, it was too little too late. And, the defense had already gotten tired, and it was a moot point. This year, I think they're not going to have that. What happened?
Breaking news. Ian Rappaport, Jonas said it, and I just looked it up, and it's real. The Saints offensive tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, is out for the season.
Yeah. They actually, I saw that earlier today. That didn't just happen.
I think he's had issues for the last couple of months that they didn't really know what was going to happen.
I'm not celebrating injury. Let's make that clear. The loose cannons don't celebrate injury, but fuck the Saints.
Fuck the Saints.
Yeah, I think he was questionable anyways, and this is just.
They thought he was going to retire at some point too.
Yeah.
And they didn't find out until after the draft.
Josh, you have it all wrong. It's not Derek broke down Carr. It's Derek Eyeliner Carr, bro. What are you talking about, man?
Hey, I like Derek Carr, right? I would love for him to be the Saints quarterback forever.
Oh, yes.
Stay as long as he wants to. Yeah, he should have an open check Like, just, yeah, you can stay with open-end contract.
We'll start a fucking GoFundMe and pay for his mortgage.
Yeah.
Don't worry about this.
Fuck the Saints. Jonas, thank you for putting that in the chat. And before this episode's over, I have the random generator full of everyone's names. I didn't know that there was like a bot that you could
Latte, listen to this.
Hashtag, and then it would load all the names in there for you.
We get on here. We're waiting for you, right? Latte, listen to this. We're waiting for you. He's entering the names absolute one by one.
I literally hand typed everybody's name into this generator.
You are so stupid, dude. You know that when you get to a certain number of followers, you don't see every response that you ask for when it comes to hashtags.
There's like 160 something fucking names, bro. I have carpal tunnel now, so fuck everybody. I hope your shirts get lost in the mail if you win it, because now I'm injured. I have to go see a carpal tunnelologist tomorrow to fix whatever the fuck is going on with my hands now.
You're an idiot. Okay, you're an idiot. I don't know how you don't even Google that first before. Like, anytime you're about to do something that's a lot of work, the natural human response is, how can I make this easier on myself?
And you don't even Google. I YouTube it and watch the video on how to do it. What the fuck?
Everybody, listen. Everybody has a Biden moment every once in a while, bro. All right. I never even dawned on.
What? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go there.
What?
We're gonna go there.
Hey, listen. So, defensive fears or concerns.
He almost kissed another chick the day. He thought it was his wife.
I love that old man. What are you talking about, bro?
He's actually pretty hilarious, honestly. He's pretty funny. And
his wife and like, no, idiot. That's
any comic that acts like him, like the dude on Kill Tony, the most recent episode.
God, bro! If y'all haven't watched the new Kill Tony episode, it is the funniest shit.
It is so good. The Biden impersonator, amazing, and then of course Shane Gillis kills it with this Trump. But dude, that Biden one, like, I know Gillis steals the show, but Biden is low key, like on his toe. He's so good.
I don't talk politics. Fuck them both. How about that? Let's move on.
Yeah, move on. Agreed. All right, defensive fears or concerns. We kind of touched on the only one that I'm kind of afraid of, which is that corner position. What's really going to happen? Jamel Dean understands it's a make or break type of scenario. He saw his guy get traded because he wasn't catching balls. He's been working hard. His coach came out and said, Jamel's got to fucking start catching some balls. He's got to start doing something that matters. And so that position and then Zion McCollum, what is he? What could he be? Is he going to continue his trajectory? I think he will. But I'm going to throw this one at you guys. How about the absence of Devin White and now that inside linebacker position next to Levante? Kind of a question mark.
Worried about it.
Okay.
Not worried about it.
Stank, you are the fearful.
It's not a question mark
woe
anymore.
is me. Everything's raining around me guy.
I'm pretty sure that Bowles put that to bed on JC's podcast. He said KJ Brett's job to lose.
Sick podcast.
That's fine. We kind of understand that it's his job to lose. But you, Stank, are you afraid of that? Do you trust KJ Britt?
I do. Okay. Yeah, I do. I do. I trust him.
I really trust Britt, and I love what he said. I think it was during minicamp or OTAs. They asked him about it. He said, "Well, last time I checked, we went 5-1 down the stretch with me starting." So
yeah,
that's a good point.
About that. Listen, we talked about it last year when
we
Devin
got Savassier in the chamber too. Case right.
Yes, Savassier in the chamber. He's more of a replacement for Levante. But as it relates to KJ Britt, we talked about it on the podcast last year. He's not the athlete Devin is. He never. We would never compare him to that. He's not going to be, the blitzer like that. But simply doing your job, man. Warren Sapp used to talk about it. Just do your fucking job. If you do your job, we can all do our job, and we're going to shut the shit down. But when you fucking, bait, and you see the bait, and you take the bait, and you run that way, and you leave a fucking massive gap in where you're supposed to be controlling or defending, that's an issue. So Britt is not the athlete Devin is. He's not going to make the splashy stuff that Devin does, or the ability to do. But he's just going to do his fucking job, and he's going to be there. And 54 and 31 and 3, and everybody's going to know KJ's going to be in his gap, and he's going to do his fucking job. And that's all we need him to do. Let Cansey be special. Let Yaya be special. Let fucking 31 be special. Let Levante be special. That's okay.
So obviously, very different scheme, a very different way of operating. But when they ran the 4-3, Derek Brooks was the linebacker star on the team. All right, Hardy Nickerson was there for a little bit, but when it became Derek's team and Hardy was no longer there, you had a handful of guys that just ran through the two spots, next to him. So middle linebacker on the other side. And that was Alsherman Singleton, Quincy Black, Jamie Duncan, Jeff Gooch. Obviously, they settled on Shelton Quarles. None of those guys are Hall of Famers. None of those guys are probably Ring of Honor guys in the Tampa Bay, in Tampa. Nobody's special. But Derek was fucking special. Levante, in my opinion, Hall of Famer. So I agree with you. Like, KJ Britt just has to do his job. And I don't think people understand just how much of an impact bringing Jordan Whitehead back to this team is going to have on the linebackers. And a guy like Tyke Smith will have on the linebackers because they are these odd little chess pieces, including obviously Antoine, but now they're way more flexible to bring those guys in the box. You know, hey, we need more run support. We only got these 2 linebackers. Are we iffy on what KJ Britt's going to do because of his size? No problem. Drop Jordan Whitehead in there. Motherfucker will crack heads, right? Yeah. I think that's going to be such a massive upgrade for the linebackers, not just the secondary.
I just Stank, did you have anything else to add? Because I have 2 comments.
No. I mean, this is a passing league now, right? Yeah. Gone are the days where you have all these downhill run teams, and that position is asked to do some different things than it used to, right?
You say
first and foremost, you have to be good in coverage.
Did you say ass?
You said ass a do. Did you say ask?
Dude? What's ass dude?
To do or ass a do? You said ass a do. I'm just calling what a spade, bro.
You got to be asked to do something different today. All right.
Is that Mountain Dew and ass juice mix?
Have you been lying to us from fucking Louisiana? Ass to do.
Yeah. The more we talk to you, the more you turn into that guy from Waterboy.
There's no Louisiana in me. I'm a Florida man.
Ass to here, ass to be, and ass to do.
That position is asked to do.
You can stop asking me and asking him, asking him, ask to do.
So we're going to be in nickel quite a bit. Having 3 linebackers out there. I don't even know what percentage was last year.
Don't ask me though. Ask
these stats nerds can get on there and tell you what the percentages were. But you guys aren't even listening. So go.
Hey, listen, we have 2 comments.
I like KJ.
Asking me, asking you. I asked to do.
Nobody asking you, dude.
I asked to do.
I'm going to ask you to listen to me. Listen, Sarah, I got 2 comments. And this is, hey, it's good to be back, boys. We got somebody here, Just a Person. Hey, this is right up our alley. This is our kind of comment at Just a Person, because I feel like Graham Barton is the type of guy who really take care of your balls.
He does.
You're fucking right. He takes care of our balls. He takes care of balls, man. That's important.
Jason talked about that on the show with us, didn't he? Yeah. How good he was with balls.
He's great with balls.
Yeah, hey, I like a team full of guys not handle balls.
Score? What is his spat? What is his spat? What was Raz?
His Asadoo score? Off
the
charts.
Off
of the charts, his Asadoo score.
And then the other one is from Christopher Cole. This is a valid comment, and I'd like to hear from both of you on this, because we're talking about defensive concerns. Dean's health. That's a concern.
Okay. That's a good
Every year. That's a concern. See, Stank, he kind of repositioned himself, took a deep breath. He's getting anxiety, man, because that's a legit concern. I mean, Dean, what? Stank, go ahead. You go first.
Stank?
I know.
I'm not a huge Jamel Dean fan. Never really have been.
Wow.
Never.
He's your best friend, man. He has to do you, and you gonna turn your back on him like that?
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah, whatever you asked him to do, he did.
He's not a top 20 corner in my mind. Wow. Is he a starting corner? He's a corner 2. Can he be a CB1? I don't think so. I don't know. We have a CB1 on this team, which is
he's CB1 now. So
he is CB1 now, but is he a CB1? Is the real question.
I think I understand what you're saying. So, like, aside from the injury part of it, so the fiery leader of that cornerback room, not secondary, but the cornerback room, was Carlton Davis. He was the energy. He was the guy. It felt like he was the alpha in that room. Now it's Jamel Dean, who's the elder he's the elder statesman. He's the guy.
Yeah, there's nothing fiery about Jamel Dean.
But he's not. No, this is not a knock on Jamel Dean, okay? This is just, people have different personalities. His personality didn't come off to us as that of a leader, get on my back, I'm going to carry you guys, I will teach you this. And that's not to say he's not a high IQ player, anything like that. Again, not a knock, but he's not that guy. He's more of a quiet, fall in line, do my job type of guy. He does celebrate when he makes a play, obviously. He's got some fire in him, but he's not Carlton Davis. He's not Levante. He's just not that guy. Can he be?
Never for dropping that pick in the end zone in that playoff game.
Dude, we win that game. That game.
I just can't. I can't get it out of my mind.
I really think we win that game.
Sammer, you watch the show. I don't, so maybe you can connect the dots and enlighten the people here. King Cook says Stanks sounding like Boom Hauer from King of the
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Who the fuck's Boom?
Oh, it's the dude that could never actually said anything. He just would
Oh,
mumble a bunch of shit.
I do.
He would just like, and it was just country shit. He's pretty
Mudfish,
funny.
goddamn, Asadoo. That's gonna be a shirt.
It's gotta be a shirt.
Asadoo.
Ask me what I asked to do.
I didn't know I said it.
Yeah, you did say
My
it.
mouth is a little dry, so maybe my words are just melting together. I don't know.
Asked to do.
All right.
That's an answer. It's like, what are you thinking? You know, what are we gonna do if we don't have a quarterback one? Ask to do.
Asadoo.
DJ says, because we're about to hit our last subject here, but DJ says, why does nobody respect Mike Evans? He's a top 5 receiver. I mean, listen, it's the same thing with Levante. It's a Bucs life, man.
It is a Bucs life.
It's what it is. Funny enough, I was talking to Sammer earlier, Stank. Not a flex. It's just fact. I mean, whatever.
No, it's flex. You tell people you talk to me, dude, that is a fucking flex. All right.
No, Rashad comes to the barbershop, as do other players. I won't mention, but he frequently visits to stay clean. And this Saturday he decided to stay. Stank. He stayed for about 2 hours, bro, bullshitting. Like literally going at it with clients and barbers, talking about top 5 running backs, top 5 quarterbacks, top 5 receivers in the league currently. And then, people started naming the top 5, and he's like, y'all are not going to leave Mike Evans out. Like he was like adamantly going after people. Like, y'all are wild. You need to understand this. And he's like, Rashad's a numbers guy. Sammer knows that very well. Like he keeps the receipts. He knows the stats. And he's like, y'all are wild. Like the consistency. Try playing this game. He's like, I play this game. And I'm telling you, it's not that easy to do what Mike has done. He's a walking Hall of Famer. So it is what it is.
Not only that, he's a physical receiver. All right. This isn't a guy who's just running past people and never getting touched, never getting hit. He's always getting hit. It's always a contested catch. His numbers are always earned. There's a very little rack yardage. It's like that guy has earned every bit of what he's got. Every bit.
Hey, but Stank, last year was kind of fun though. We saw him go off.
We saw a little bit of that. Like we saw a little lighter on his feet, Mike.
Carolina, the 60-yarder diving in the end zone. We're like,
yeah, dude.
Never seen Mike run that far.
Never seen that happen. And
he said that he learned.
It's crazy
from Tom. That's how to take care of his body better and how to lean out and all those stuff.
Leading up to that play, Latte, I was screaming for a slant at the line of scrimmage to the one of the biggest wide receivers in the NFL all season. Like this was, I think, like maybe it was the 3rd or 4th to last game of the season. They finally call a quick slant to Mike Evans. What does it turn into? Fucking 87 fucking yard touchdown where he's flying through the air. And then the refs had the fucking audacity that day to not call it a touchdown. We had to wait for this fucking extended replay bullshit, and they finally called it a touchdown. And remember, I was about to go down the fucking down the fucking stands into the fucking field and destroy a fucking ref because we thought they called it no touchdown even after the replay. Terrible day. It turned into a great day. I
remember that. That was a cold ass picture, bro. He was completely laid out.
Oh yeah, he's Superman that shit, dude. And the only guy who tops that is fucking Chris Godwin doing the Air Jordan fucking thing in the Philadelphia playoff game on that.
Nuts, but then you go to the Mike Evans Dallas, throw the fade, baby. That was pretty disgusting too. On their number 1 corner. Yeah. Listen, we got dogs, bro. We got dogs in receiver. By the way, we give Mike a lot of love on the show, and rightfully so, and he's very close to all of us. But Godwin also 1 more year recovered after that ACL, back in the slot.
Yep.
I mean, we love Johnson in the slot, but I mean, Godwin in the slot is not a bad option either. You know what I mean?
And according to everybody, he's in a prove it year because he won't be.
We told you that you didn't want to fucking listen.
No, I said according to everybody. I don't.
It's not a prove it to the Bucs. It's a prove it to the rest of the league because the Bucs might not be able to bring him back, and that's fine. And he deserves his payday. And if he wants his bag, he has more than earned the right to do that. He will have zero ill will from me unless he goes to the Saints, but I don't think he will because those fuckers injured him. So he goes, dude. Still mad respect. There's nothing wrong with if that.
While you're talking, I'm gonna pick one winner.
But I will say.
I'm gonna pick one winner.
Last topic, okay?
Hold on. We got
hold on. Mac gave us a super chat, a $10 super chat. Thank you, Mac. Says, name to watch in camp is rookie tight end Devin Culp. 6'3", runs 4.47, and there's reports he put on serious muscle since the draft. Yeah, I mean, listen, with that kind of athleticism, you always got a shot, right? At that size and speed. But I don't know much. Sammer probably knows a little more. I don't know Stank does, but I know Sanders dove in on the rabbit hole as it relates to Liam Cohen. I don't know what kind of tight ends they want. Like in BA's system, Devin Culp ain't working, bro. I mean, we had a tight end. What was his name? He was a camp beast, bro. He won a Super Bowl with us, but he wasn't the starter. He was a fucking preseason monster, bro. And BA kept saying like, cool, but he can't fucking block. You remember? I can't remember. Tanner Hudson. Yeah. It was like, dude, he was a fucking incredible catching the ball, but it's like you can't fucking block. So I don't know enough about Liam's system. Maybe Plus is in the chat.
Tanner's a winner, by the way. Tanner's a winner. Crazy hot girlfriend. Maybe fiance now. Nice. But anyway, what I was going to say, the answer to that question, all right, Stank has on the screen the Twitter user, X user that just won a fucking idiots fuck the Saints shirt with the cool pocket.
Or they could either one. They could have the regular fuck the Saints one.
Or the regular fuck the Saints one. So you guys are going to have to DM him.
MR_DGK84.
Seems like a fake spam.
Congratulations.
Mudfish message the Bucs said Godwin what that ass to do you this year. What your ass to do this year? Go back to the slot.
Whatever you want me to do, I'm asked to do it. Whatever you ask me to do, I'm gonna do. Listen. Here's the thing, Latte. The tight end position, go look at Sean McVay. Name a tight end that made the Pro Bowl, or you even remember, I got to draft him in fantasy as a Rams tight end. With Stafford or before Stafford?
No, they had a decent tight end over there. Was it Hawkinson? He got traded to the fucking Vikings?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No,
they had a decent tight end there.
He was on a different team. No, they have an okay tight end, but he's not a fantasy star. He's not a guy that gets volume. They just don't do that. Yeah. So I don't expect that to happen. I expect Cade to have a year like he had last year.
I like Cade. Cade's not bad, man. Cade does his thing. Cade had the game winner in fucking Atlanta. He had a game winner in fucking Houston. We know what happened there. Cade makes plays, man.
Not hating on Cade. I'm just saying the usage and the volume within the play, or the play calling, the sequencing, it's just not part of the offense.
What I'm saying is, you just said we don't need a special one, but when they call his number, we've seen Cade make plays. He's not fucking or anything, but
I was saying in terms of this kid that they got out of Washington and Cade within this offense, I don't expect them to be stars. And it's great that he's one of the fastest tight ends in the draft. It's awesome, and he's got size and muscle.
Higbee. That's the guy I was thinking of. Good call, Cook. Higbee was decent, but it was never. You're right. He wasn't like a fucking fantasy. But there's not a lot of tight ends like that, though. We're being honest, bro. Like there's a fucking handful. Think about it.
But the ones that do exist are in offenses where they are kind of the focal point, right? Kelsey, focal point. All these guys, even the guy with the 49ers, he's not the focal point necessarily. He's gonna be running wide receiver a lot this year apparently. Yeah, so Pitts, but they're forcing Cooper Kupp the ball. They're forcing Puka the ball. In this case, it's gonna be Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Rashad White had 500 something, almost 600 yards receiving last year. 60 out of 74 targets were caught. Like there's just gonna be too many other guys that are going to get schemed into it. Cade's going to get his chances, obviously, but I don't expect that to be, oh, man, Culp is eating up the league. It's not going to happen unless somehow the offense changes. I don't know. I just don't see that. But
I'm not comparing Rashad, too, but we keep using other examples like, you said Eddie George and stuff, but what about one that was in that offense like Todd Gurley? Just saying, tall running back, can catch the ball. You know what I mean? They're just.
I think he has better hands than Gurley for sure. Honestly, last year, dude, people don't want to admit it, and the people that just want to hate him.
He was only second combined yards. He was only behind Christian McCaffrey.
Not just that, I think he went like 24 straight targets that were completions. 24 straight passes went to Rashad White where he caught him, secured him, and turned him into fucking positive yards. Even when he wasn't even the main point of that play, he was kind of the fucking dump it off kind of guy. Make something happen.
He saved drives last year where people hitting yardage that people don't talk about, right? Where he makes a couple guys miss against the Saints. He kind of side juked the gang, got down to 3, turned into a touchdown. But that was like 3rd and long. Like those little things that people don't, the hidden yardage, as they say.
They had like 3 design plays for him to catch the ball on purpose. And he still almost had 600 receiving yards. 60 of 74 targets is wide receiver type shit. Not starting wide receiver probably, but it's still wide receiver type shit. Second winner is at FF Dynasty Grill. Fantasy Football Dynasty Grill?
In your fucking phone.
Yeah, dude, why is your phone that dirty?
Your phone is like Devin's fucking car dash.
You stick it under your balls before you put it up on the screen? What is that?
Bro, I'm a man. I got man grease on
your phone screen. You know that, right?
Y'all sound like bitches right now. Oh my God, your phone has oil on it.
MK wants to know, Stank, do you wear shoes to church if you go or to a wedding? He doesn't go to either of those 3 things.
I don't go to church.
He wouldn't wear his shoes. All right, last topic because this
godless. Pray for me.
to go to a wedding, you'd have to ask a dude. He ain't nobody asking dude to go to no wedding.
Ask a dude? I do.
I do.
Listen, his Tristan Wirfs holding possible. Okay, I have my opinion on this, but we'll start with you, Latte. Do you think it's possible that Tristan Wirfs shows up to camp and is still a good teammate and is still part of the team in terms of, hey, I'm here, but I am not setting foot on that field and risking injury until I get my contract? Or do you think he
clearly
plays his part?
I think there's absolutely a possibility, and he proved that during camp and OTAs. He showed up, but he's like, I'm not participating. No, I think if he does do that, to judge him or call him out for that or shit would be absolutely asinine, because if his agent told him to do a hold-in, it would be the correct thing to do. Because if Tristan goes out there and one misstep like Jensen on the fucking second day of camp and you blow your knee out, the fucking payday's gone. The Bucs will probably still do right like they did Godwin, but it's not the same number. Like, so yeah, if there's no contract, I fully expect the hold-in.
But here's the thing. I agree with you. I expect it to happen. I would not be mad at it happening. It should happen. Will the Bucs allow him to get to that point, or are they going to try to, get a deal done at the, 11th hour or 12th hour, whatever the fuck the phrase is, right? Now, here's the thing. Say this all plays out this way, Latte. Is it bad for the team? Is it bad for learning the offense? Is it bad for getting everybody on the same page? Is it bad for not having him out there getting ready? Say it goes until the third preseason game and they finally get a contract done then. Is he in playing shape? You can't just throw him out 2 weeks later and expect him to be ready to go without a hamstring injury popping up or something, that kind of shit that happens.
Listen to what I'm telling you. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't know or that the people in the chat don't know either. Tristan is not of this earth. Okay? The motherfucker jumps out of pools. The dude literally went from right tackle to left tackle just because he was fucking bored. Okay? Like, I'm not worried about Tristan being ready, bro. He's just
not ready like that. Not ready like that. I'm sure.
Soft tissue issues and the fucking learning the offense and all that. I think Tristan showed up to OTAs. He showed up to fucking minicamp. He showed up to all of that for installs. He's doing the mental reps. I think he'll be fine. I know you got to play devil's advocate, but
is any player able to just go in week one, no prep, hit the ground running, hit the switch and go without injury concern or risk? I don't think so. I don't think there's any NFL player in the entire league.
I think Tristan's fine, dude. He's an offensive tackle, dude. He's not running 40 yards down the field.
I get it, but there's timing, there's speed, it still happens. Like, that's why camp is there. That's what I'm saying. Will it affect that? I don't think it'll go that long. Honestly.
Listen, I don't think it'll go that long. I think he will. If it is, it'll be a short hold in. The Bucs want to get it done. He wants to get it done. Somebody said in the chat, he's a father now. They're not going to fuck around. I mean, is there hardball and they're, negotiating back and forth taxes? Of course. And he's going to hold in and they're going to be like, God damn it, he's not on the field. And then there's pressure on the Bucs front office. And then the Bucs are like, well, it is what it is, Tristan. We're going to fine you. And then there's pressure on his side.
You guys are talking way too much about this. They're not playing the season without Tristan. Tristan will end up signing his contract. He shouldn't go out there and risk injury. That would be moronic or idiotic for him.
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is
Sam
is saying that he won't be ready physically.
Should you be concerned? Should you be concerned about him and timing if it goes to the third preseason?
He's been here all off season. He's going to train just as hard away from the team.
Again, I'm talking about timing. I'm talking about
he jumps out of pools. Speaking of pools, hey Latte. Speaking of pools, Latte. You ever jumped
Imagine we're having a conversation. He interjects into the conversation to cut the conversation off.
My brother just started a pool cleaning business. You dumb bitch.
We're gonna get to that.
About something.
Did you leave him? Did you leave him? Did you hire him? Did you leave him a Google review?
Absolutely, I left him a Google review.
Google review. I got let the Google review. Has to do.
I do it.
No, but to Sammer's point, I think if it was Graham Barton or center, I think timing would be more important there, right? That the towel to baby power ass ratio, the snapping, all that matters in that chemistry and the timing. Tristan Wirfs, he's left tackle, he's out there. He's playing one-on-one against his fucking pass rusher, keep him off Baker. He's gonna be fine.
Listen, I'm gonna announce the other winners. I don't really give a fuck about this conversation anymore. The next winner is
you can't give this dog a chew toy and also expect him to do something else. It's impossible.
The real Cadillac Jr. That's one person who won. Gardu, Cedric, whoever this is.
That's New Orleans. Gardu.
Oh, I gotta check. Hey, Gardu. You're a Saints fan. You ain't getting that shit.
Stink. Why don't you just tweet these out after the show?
I will tweet it out. I said I was going to announce it live on the show. Pete Bucs, congratulations. You got a Fuck the Saints t-shirt, Bucking Idiot style or a regular one. Those are the 5 people. I'll tweet your names out. I really do appreciate it. Boys, continue to talk about Tristan Wirfs. I love you. I got to go.
Wow.
I gotta go.
Wow. All right. We'll end this soon here. Latte, last question about this Tristan Wirfs thing.
What the fuck just happened?
He's got to go. He has a heart out. Something, whatever. He's a piece of shit. You know how it goes. This is better. We're going to have an actual conversation.
Something about, some ass stuff going on. You got ass cream?
Something he has to do.
Okay, got it.
There's something he has to do. So, listen, at what point do you get concerned with the Tristan Wirfs scenario? Say it's after the second preseason game. He hasn't practiced. He isn't practicing. He's still holding in. He's being a good guy. He's not making a big deal out of it. It's not a spectacle. Right? It's not Devin White. But it doesn't look good. Do you worry at all? Is he not going to play any of that? Or do you say, like, anything of that nature? Or are you just like, trust Mike, Spytek, and Jason and the team, and they'll figure it all out? I'm not worried about it.
I would be contradicting myself if I said I didn't just fully trust this front office.
Okay.
Jackie and Spytek and Greeny and Jason, they're going to find a way. It's fuck Penei Sewell. That's what happened. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Like they had the number, and then Penei Sewell came in like $3-4 million over the number and reset the whole fucking market again. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? I get it, get your bag, but you fucked it up for Tristan. Well, he didn't fuck it up. Now Tristan's gonna get more.
Yeah, so that they all play the same game. They're all waiting. There's 3 of them. It was Tristan, Penei Sewell, and then who's the other one? There's another guy who hasn't signed either. And I think they were kind of waiting for him, and he's waiting for him. They're basically playing chicken. Yeah, they're playing a game of chicken. So I think that's what's happening. And at some point, you're going to be like, listen, this is the deal. It'll make you this. You're going to get paid $0.5 million more than the other guy. And, let's just get you in. Let's get this figured out. Let's get you on the team, on the field. And I'm with you. I'm not worried. Even if it goes till after the 3rd preseason game, I have a gut feeling that it's going to get done right before camp or maybe after the first day of camp. That day they report they don't really do anything. He'll be in the building. They'll be able to corner him, call your agent. Let's fucking hammer this shit out, man to man, eye to eye. Let's go. And then we'll shake it.
Didn't they do something similar? Didn't they do similar with Gerald? Like Gerald had like a 1-day hold in or something like that. And then he showed up and then like signed the contract and ran onto the field as soon as he signed it right after. It's like, yeah, it'll be
I got the deal. Yeah, it's
have fun.
Yeah, so get the ice cream trucks. So listen, I think there's something to that. When the guys are in the building, it's just easier. You're not playing phone tag. You're face to face. That face to face thing. We make deals, Latte. Face to face deals. That's how you get shit done.
Not just that, bro. It's the acid do. You're in the building. Listen, let me properly paint the picture because thing fucking sucks, right? You're in the building, bro. You walk in first day of camp, juices are flowing. You're doing your hold in. You're like, I gotta sign my I gotta sign my contract. I gotta take care of my family. Life changing money, all that stuff, right? And then Baker walks by you and he's like, "Hey, man, the fuck, man, come on, man." It's like you're looking at your friends play across the field and you're just like, "This sucks. I want to go outside and play. I'm grounded."
Yeah.
No, you want to get out there. That stuff also, like, fuck, it happened to Mike Evans. Mike's like, he was sitting at home and he's like, what was it, 48 hours, 24 hours before free agency? And he's like, fuck that, Jason, get it done, bro. I'm not fucking around with this. So, like, it could happen with Tristan. He could show up, see his boys out there, and he's like, this sucks. Hey, man, just get this shit done. I'm ready to go on the field.
Latte, when they're in the building like that, and there's no joke. They like, hey, let's fucking come into my office, sit your ass down, go to the fucking conference room, whatever the fuck. Let's fucking figure this out. And when it's face-to-face, I think the stuff that gets lost in translation or the games that you play when you negotiate, they kind of go away. You're not playing poker on the phone. You're playing right there, face-to-face, and I think it makes a difference. And it's not just Gerald. I think it's happened a handful of times across the NFL, but I know it's happened a couple of times with the Bucs where I think it was even Derek Brooks. Got the deal done, figured it out. He was in the building. They knew they could see him every single day. As long as they saw him every single day, they knew they were going to make progress daily until they got that deal done. And if you missed the preseason game or missed, a week of camp, who cares? He's Derek fucking Brooks. It didn't matter. I think it's the same thing here, right? He's on that same level for sure.
We all seen the breakup. Vince Vaughn, fucking the gorgeous Jennifer Aniston, right? Like I can act tougher on my wife. I can be like, I'm fucking pissed. Fuck you. Mm-hmm. She walks past me naked a couple times and be like, whoa.
Yeah, getting soft.
I'm not so mad anymore. Hold on a second. You know what I mean? It's like, Tristan, fuck that. I want my money. And then it's all of a sudden his boys walk by a couple times. Same thing. He walks by Jason. Jason's like, that's a sexy man. I got to get this done, man. You know what I mean? It just changes things when it's in person.
When he's out there, he's watching Graham Barton and Cody Mock, lame motherfuckers out. He's watching Luke Gedeke sweating, covered in just grass and
the backup left tackle. Like who's over there in his spot? Like where he's like, what? What's going on?
He's gonna watch that guy fucking shit his pants every day against fucking Yaya and Kancey. Who, by the way, I cannot wait to watch Elijah Kancey in camp because he didn't have a camp last year. He came on as the season went on last year, and I think he's going to be a fucking monster this year, but I cannot wait to watch him in camp. Yaya too. But, dude, Elijah Kancey reminds me so much of Aaron Donald and Warren Sapp in terms of, like, his nature and how he wants to kill everything, even in practice. Remember when Sapp used to put on shows with those stupid dummies that you had to knock down? I want to see Elijah doing that. I can't wait. That's like the first thing I'm going to look for, man.
And here's the deal, and we can get out on this, Sammer, is that he is a dog like that, like Donald, right? Like Sapp, self-motivated. You don't need to give that guy any extra.
No.
And then he gets the benefit, the bonus, the fucking cherry on top to play next to someone who is not human. And Vita Vea, like Vita, literally, like think about that. Kancey would be good. Kancey would be good with or without Vita next to him. But he gets the bonus of having Vita next to him. So it's like, pick your poison, bro. And Vita lost weight too.
That's what I'm saying. More athletic Vita, all right? Vita's going to be able to stay on the field longer, more plays, all right? Be able to stunt more, probably be more flexible with movement. And then you got Yaya, who's also going to fucking stunt, come inside. Elijah, there was a play that Baldinger brought up on Twitter a couple weeks ago where it's
double hand swipe. Double hand swipe.
Elijah Kancey's stunting to the outside on a twist, and he's wide open. Or he's stunting and creating lanes for the guys on the inside because he's demanding doubles. He's demanding attention. Yaya, guys like that, JTS, guys that aren't going to win on their own are now just winning on their own. Obviously, Yaya does win on his own. But other guys can now get these easy sacks because he's going to grab attention when it comes to the offense. And now you got two guys. Him and Vita are the two guys that get circled in the game plan week leaning against the Bucs. Like, we got to stop Vita. Now they got to circle two guys. And it's how you double team two guys? You only got five.
They're the ones that the OC, when he loads up the film, he's like,
them.
No. He's like them, but he's like, then right after he watches about 2 minutes of film, he's like, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck. You got to deal with that. Fuck.
I think Todd Bowles' defense is going to be very, very different. And I think it'll be the best version of his defense that we've seen since he's been a Buck coach, regardless of the Super Bowl. Even though in that year we still had our deficiencies, but I think this is going to be the best version of it because he's going to have almost every kind of chess piece he needs at every position that he wants it at, dude. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be exciting. People are going to, in my opinion, they're going to need a lot of crow as it relates to Todd Bowles. And this team's going to be fun. So before we leave, do not forget to hit that like button. If you're new, smash the subscribe button. Turn that bell on so you don't miss any more future episodes. We're back from our vacation, so we're going to be here at least once a week during the offseason. And as we get to camp, probably twice a week. And as we get into the season, as you guys all know, 3 times a week. So you don't want to miss shows. You want to make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss them. And please hit us with a like for tonight's amazing episode and our triumphant return. And before I forget, this hat and all the other ones that I wear and the ones that Latte is going to be wearing are from reversedbrand.com, who we are now partners with. And if you use the discount code Loose Cannons on their website on your purchase, you save 10%. And the profits of that purchase go directly to John Spytek's foundation, which is called the National CMV Foundation, which is designed to inform, engage, and advocate for a disease that will hopefully prevent other children from passing away like his unfortunately did. So him and his wife put together this foundation to bring attention and information out to other parents so that it doesn't happen to them as well. So it all goes for a good cause. We are super excited and pumped about some of this other stuff that we're going to bring out as part of that partnership. So if you like this hat and you guys constantly ask me about it, it's reversebrand.com. Use discount code Loose Cannons. Latte, we are fucking almost there. It's fucking close. It's fucking close.
And Wayne Poole just said, good show, guys. Wayne, good to see you, bro. If you want to go with us to Kansas City and you want to fucking do a game away the right way, just go to loosecannonstravelcrew.com and go check out the packages to Kansas City. Let Wayne tell you about it. You know?
Loosecannonstravel.com or bucksawaygames.com. Yes, we are going to Kansas City, like Latte said. Hop in there. If you get 4 people, it's like I think $600 a person, and that includes lower bowl seats. So Monday Night Football in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, legendary stadium. I mean, it's
that includes. He said includes your lower bowl ticket. It includes your hotel stay. It includes a Saturday night VIP party where you get to hang out with, I don't know, some special guests. Last year we had, Jason Light.
We had Spy Tech.
The year before we had Jason Light and team and Warren Sapp. I'm just saying.
You never know.
And it also includes a stadium tour for those that are doing the 4-day package. And you get to tailgate all you can drink and all you can eat. So I'm just saying, like, what else you want? Like,
we take care of literally everything but the flight. So if you get yourself there, we got everything else taken care of, including the bus into the Monday night tailgate and back from the game afterwards. So you can technically get pretty hammered if you really wanted to. So win or lose, you don't got to worry about it.
Stank does it every trip. Stank does it every trip.
Literally the entire trip. So anyway, Latte, it was awesome to be back. This was amazing. And to all of you guys, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.